Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be wisdom for today. So I want you to cast your gaze over these cards and ask your higher self which cards have a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hey, group 1. So starting out, although this is wisdom for today, keep in mind this wisdom may be applicable for a longer period of time. But essentially what I'm seeing is this shift from being externally focused and this movement inwards, really taking time to yourself and time to clarify and strengthen perhaps your spiritual connection or your connection to your own wellspring and source of joy and love. Now, for some of you with this Knight of Wands, I feel as though you may have been tested with something in your physical reality that looked as though it was your source of light. This could have been a connection that you thought was promising, job opportunity, friends. There was something I feel that had all the makings of, I want to say, of happiness that could really enhance your joy and enhance your path. However, it was fleeting or it didn't manifest in the outcome you desired. So again, it could have been a connection that fell through, someone that was very flighty, something that looked all kind of sparkly and beautiful, but beneath the surface, it was a different reality. Could have been a job opportunity, and then once you got that opportunity, you realized it wasn't fulfilling, that it wasn't in alignment with what you desire. And I feel as though this was almost a karmic lesson from the universe to bring your focus inward, because I see for this group this need to really focus on perhaps self-healing, self-care, meditation, nurturing your energy and not allowing the influence of external reality to sway or dilute your connection with the divine. Because what I keep seeing for you, for many of you, you may have had many experiences in the past where it kind of resonated as, not resonated, but manifested as the Four of Cups. It wasn't rewarding. It never truly satisfied you. And Spirit is saying that's because the desire at the core was for your divinity, for this connection with the divine or for the expression of the divine. And that's why I feel many of you now are turning within, looking within for your source of emotion, even your source of success. For some of you, you may have been fixed on a more mainstream or external path, and then especially with work and career that wasn't rewarding, and now you're starting to really soul search and look at how you can be a light in the world, how you can share your unique talents and gifts and manifest a physical world that is in alignment with your spiritual vision. So for some of you, you may be experiencing, I want to say a dark night of the soul, but it's more of a questioning what lights me up, where do I want to be, where do I belong? And I think this has been triggered because wherever you've been hasn't been satisfying. Because for many of you, I feel as though in the past, there may have been a focus on other, friendship, relationship, co-workers, just a lot of noise, and you perhaps gained a lot of joy and blessing from these connections. But it's almost as though this wheel is turning, and for you to ascend to the next level in terms of the gifts you receive, the path forward, there needs to be a shift in your perspective from externally focused to inward kind of reflection. It may be something that you're not noticing about your life path, about what lights you up, something you have to offer in the world. And it's almost as though the divine keeps sending in these tests or triggers to get that perhaps disappoint you or they fall through. So you will focus and, I want to say, strengthen your energy in your inner light, in this inner realm. And that's how you proceed, or that creates a path forward for you. And it may look quite different to the direction you were once moving in. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune. We go from the Three of Cups to the Four of Swords. Again, really taking time out. There's a strong message here around self-care, self-love. For some of you, you may be healing after a particular disappointment in connection or career, whatever it is for you specifically. But there is this sense of really nurturing yourself, and I want to say reclaiming your light and reclaiming your energy. You've shifted from focusing outwards, focusing on others, towards focusing on self and replenishing, I'm hearing, your wellspring. For some of you, this external focus may have really drained your soul and your spirit, and you're in this vibration of really needing all that energy to go through certain shifts and changes spiritually. And also you need to reclaim your energy for what I feel some of you are going to birth into this world. Because following the Four of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands. So it's this dichotomy of taking time out, self-reflection, self-care that gives way to this burst or spurt of fresh energy, of fresh vibration, positive momentum and movement forward. And that's where I feel many of you are headed. However, it happens after walking away from someone or something. And it may be multiple things. For some of you, you may be in the midst of a transformation, and that's why Spirit is saying, really take your time for self-care, nurturing, and self-reflection, because I'm drawn to this moon in the background. There's a sense, for some of you as well, of something becoming very clear. I think in the past, when you were in this vibration of the Three of Cups, yes, things may have been more external, or you were focused on the external and certain aspects of it, but it caused a neglect of your inner world, your inner truths. There could have been emotions or desires that were bubbling beneath the surface, and now it's almost like you taking time out, and perhaps for some of you, you're deciding to be less busy, less have less responsibilities, and kind of lighten your schedule so that you can have time for this self-reflection and this self-care. Now, for your oracle, hang on, we'll start here. We have time out and be still. Now, you can see with time out, again, we're getting this Four of Swords energy, self-care, self-reflection, healing, transformation. But there is this sense of you not only taking time out to reflect and understand yourself, perhaps taking time out, I'm hearing you may need to take time out from certain connections. Perhaps for some of you, this Knight of Wands energy, a romantic connection, but others of you, I'm feeling it's like a social circle with this Three of Cups. Friends, co-workers, they may almost be, their influence or role in your life may be diluting your personal truth. But we see as well, like these trees or solid roots. There's something about you establishing solid roots after a period of time out, and it may be in a different area. It may be in a different career. The energies have shifted within you, which is creating this desire and need for change on a physical level. And that's, I feel as though that's moving you forward, or that's helping you shift in a new direction and along a new path. Because for many of you, I feel as though whatever this opportunity represented that I feel many of you had to walk away from, whether a personal thing, it wasn't stable. And this is Spirit clarifying that. And Spirit wants you to build your foundation on your own light, on your own joy and love. And then whatever comes towards you is in alignment with your spiritual destiny. So you're not going to have this karmic effect of it, you know, it getting your hopes up, then dashing away. It's going to be steady. I think part of why, and for some of you, as I said, I feel like you've had many of these situations with this Four of Cups where things were disappointing or they kept falling through, and that's created this need for healing and self-reflection as well. Because what we have is celebration and transformation, but I feel as though the transformation happens first, and then I'm drawn to this. I'm almost perceiving this as a little seed. You give birth to something at the outset of your transformation. For some of you, it's a new life path, new desires, new passions that are going to, number one, be in alignment with your divine destiny. But it may be a creative idea. It may be, it's almost like you're going from directing energy towards other people, towards your, number one, inner world, but also your life path, your passions, your desires, what you love to do. Now, we also have the Sun. And you can see how this woman is holding herself. Look at the energy of this card. It's so, I almost get an energy of rapture. For some of you, you may almost have or discover a passion and desire that leaves you in this state of kind of divine connection and ecstasy. There's a sense of a heightening or lifting of your vibration because you're tapping into this wellspring of love within. And I'm also hearing for many of you, you're learning how to hold yourself through certain disappointments. So I think Spirit is really encouraging this energy of self-care, self-love, self-understanding. And what I'm hearing as well is that's what brings in, for those of you who are single and where this resonates, and this may have been a disappointment in love or connection, that's what brings in this really balanced union. A divine union, divine partner. And I'm feeling this really strong kind of yin and yang balance. I feel as your energies are balanced within yourself, this creates balance in terms of the partners you attract. As you gain more stability in your light and your love and your direction, that brings in someone that reflects that stability toward you. Now we also have Sovereign Queen Maeve. Now, again, I'm drawn to the crown and the jewels. I think you're discovering the jewels of who you are. I think also you're reclaiming your crown. Really strong messages of self-love, independence, and being very sovereign in your energy, not allowing others and their influence to sway you off track or make you doubt yourself in your own light, your potential. So for many of you, I think you're reclaiming hidden talents or skills that you may have buried or that may have been lost in your focus in the external world. And Spirit is bringing you back, number one, to your genuine, true nobility and your spiritual identity, but what you're able to birth and create in the physical realm. And I think that's to be celebrated as these changes take root. So we also have Alpha of Alcyone. I can't pronounce that fully, but from memory, it has to do with, I think it's a really bright star in the Pleiadian kind of area. So for some of you, you may be a starseed and feel connected to the Pleiades, but I do get this sense, again, we're drawn to intense light. There's something about your vibration and your light that you're stepping into. And it's almost like celebrating yourself. And as you do that, you attract really high vibrational connections for those of you that are moving away from certain friendships, co-workers, lovers that haven't been able to meet you on that level. But you also are lighting up the path for others. Your radiance and your energy is almost, I'm seeing like a lighthouse. It's the lighthouse that helps others navigate their way. So for some of you, you're stepping into your spiritual gifts and your spiritual mission, which is going to create this inflow of love and light towards you. So that's all I have for you. For those who resonated, please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Hi, group 2. So for those of you drawn to these cards, I want to say, first of all, I'm hearing that you are divine communicators. I'm drawn to this 333. And what I also feel is there's a message here from Spirit about you stepping into your power, you stepping into a new level of either service. For some of you, I see an ascension process and you really reclaiming your spiritual identity and allowing that knowledge and knowing and confidence to be shared in the world through some sort of message, teaching. I just see a lot of spiritual work at the outset of you healing and transforming and stepping into your power. Now, we do have Celestial Teacher, number 7. So again, I think for many of you, you're divine healers, teachers, light workers. And this is what you're being prepared for. So for those of you in this group that have had the desire to branch out, start your own business, write, create, share your energy in any capacity, this is an affirmation from the universe that it's time to do so now, and that the universe is helping to strip away limitation and fear so that you can fully live out your divine mission. For some of you, I feel like you may have had perhaps blocks. You may have felt as though your finances were blocked, that others weren't really receptive to what you were trying to build and share, and Spirit is saying the tides are turning. This shift is here for you to step into your power, and this is who you truly are in divine truth. Now, we also have this coupled with limitless, and this is exactly what I'm feeling. For some For some of you, I feel like you're coming to know yourself at a higher level than you have before. And that includes understanding that you have the power to manifest whatever you desire. You can step into this frequency, expand and share your light, your energy, your vibration, and allow that to also nourish others. I feel for many of you, you have quite a nurturing vibration. And very much are the healer / teacher. Some of you, I feel it's more strictly communications, writing, speaking, sharing divine knowledge that way. For others, I feel like it's a bit of both. I also think this limitless is a nod to the fact that limitations are being stripped back and stripped away so that you can have, I'm hearing your time in the sun. There's a turning of your fate and your destiny, because Spirit is now, it's almost as though divine timing is suggesting that it's now time for you to step into this role, this teaching capacity. And also I feel as though those who you are destined to connect with are ready for that message. Okay, so we also have balance and awaken. Keeping your energy really balanced and continuing to give and nurture your frequency, your vibration, and the illumination of who you truly are as a spiritual being is super important for this transition. For many of you, I feel as though you are already awakened. It's more the energy of being awakened to new heights. Definitely an ascension journey. And with balance, for some of you, there's a need to almost engage in meditation, yoga, while you're going through this process. Okay. So with this card, number one, we can see this woman, her eyes are closed, and I feel as though she's really focusing on the heart space, what's within her heart, what her heart is telling her to do, and also gaining confidence and courage from messages from Spirit. I feel for many of you, Spirit is nudging you forward. Spirit is really, it's almost like it's whispering, now's the time. Now's the time to leap forward, take that risk, be willing to step out of your comfort zone or share yourself in ways you haven't tried before. For those of you who are already healers, this may be the desire to branch out and expand your audience, expand your skill set, how you share yourself, how you reach others. And again, I'm drawn to these beautiful deers. There's a sense of you either being very soothing and relaxing, or perhaps your work involves relaxation. For example, yoga, massage, Reiki, meditation. You may teach some of these things, or you may have a gift as well. We have Deer of Delta in terms of sound healing, working with creating meditation CDs, that type of energy. But again, it's funneled, any of these skills are funneled from the divine. I feel as though you're a channel for this beautiful healing energy. And perhaps now, as you ascend and your vibration is shifting upward, you're able to receive more of this light and channel it more freely than you were before. Because for some of you, I do see a clearing out of your own limitations. These are, with the moon and the devil, it's almost your own shadow needed to be cleared out of the way, or you needed to reach this stage of evolution and ascension before you could step fully into your mission or the heights of your mission. So we have the Page of Cups with the Four of Crystals. And what I'm hearing for some of you, you may have been wanting to offer your cup, or you have been trying to offer your cup, but you were met with scarcity. You weren't met with the opportunity or the love or the abundance that you deserved and desired. But I think it had to do with where you were at energetically. There was still more healing, more clearing that needed to occur. Because with this moon, I feel as though this woman with her eyes closed is receiving illumination, and this moon is reflecting to her certain things she hadn't seen, certain truths and awareness that had remained below the surface. I think for some of you, it was a fear of perhaps, this is the energy of coming out of the spiritual closet, or fear of, what's that saying, imposter syndrome, when you feel as though Like, do I have the right to step into such a large and grand vision? Do I have this potential? Am I developed enough? It could have been that fear and doubt where you second guess yourself. And again, with oppression or devil energy, I think for some of you, you've hidden your potential. I don't feel you've always shown how much you have to offer. Whereas it's almost like I feel you've done this healing, you've ascended, you're stepping into a new frequency, and this veil is being lifted. And the divine is supporting you in revealing, I'm hearing your true self. Now, for many of you, I do feel you've been authentic, but revealing more of who you are, how much you have to share and offer. And I see with this tower, it's almost as though Spirit is creating these towers in your favor to help you turn the tide or change what you're doing. This could be a job falling away. All limitations are being stripped back, and that's what this tower is here to do. This tower is lovingly preparing you for what you have to offer so that you can then move forward with your love and your gifts and your talents and share that in the world, in physical reality. And unlike this Page of Cups, you can see the progression from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups. This time you're moving with it. With this Page of Cups, I felt the attempt was a little more feeble because there were either certain things within you that were blocking your energy, or you felt as though in your deepest self, or in, I should say, in your shadow self, your subconscious mind, that you weren't going to be successful, and that's what happened, or you didn't receive exactly what you desired. Whereas now you're charging forward and moving forward with that cup. There's an upscale or a shift in terms of how you share yourself. And there's also you stepping into your power. We have the Emperor here. You know, again, it's that sense of, I want to say, your inner authority, your strength, you knowing your worth and who you are, that you are this divine teacher, and this is precisely what you're here to do and share in the world. It's almost as though for some of you, I'm hearing you're no longer afraid of your power, your potential, your strength. And what that does is enable you to have this new beginning. For many, I'm definitely resonating with a collective that either want to start a new business, a creative project, start something tangible in the physical realm that is going to generate great abundance for you, even if it hasn't as of yet. Because I do really feel this new beginning, because it's almost like Spirit had to help you with this tower, wipe away any limitation or some of these frequencies for you to be able to experience these blessings and to experience this abundance. For some of you as well, I'm hearing you may be crystal healers or do crystal Reiki, make crystal jewelry. That's another potential for some of you. I feel you have quite a strong affinity with crystals. So overall, there's a huge energy of an ascension process that then can fully manifest your life's purpose and mission. It's really beautiful energy. So that's all I have for you, Group 2. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi, Group 3. So for those of you drawn to these cards, now, first off, I do feel as though there's a message here around you being a free spirit, and you're free to follow where your spirit calls you, because we have the card of free spirit, but also the perfume of Sophia. And what I'm hearing and what I heard was that you have gotten, or you have a whiff of something that you want to follow. Now, for some of you, I do feel it's around creativity or travel. I do feel it's more relative to your personal self, but for some of you it could be a connection as well that sparked that, but I just feel it's more individual. However, you can see this woman, like there's these roots and foundation, and she's trying to get free, but she looks somewhat stuck. She's planted. So for some of you, you may feel as though you've already kind of established your life, your path, and you're not free to follow this scent, this energy, this dream. This could be, for example, you may have a passion for photography, a passion for the arts, or just for travel and exploration, but you have, you know, a 9-to-5 job, or you have a home, an apartment, something that is holding you, I want to say keeping you put. It could even be a really solid partnership and you feel like you want to move and they're not in that energy or space. Because I feel as though it's almost like your soul's trying to reach out to it, and there's this desire to reach, but then you can't get your feet up. You can't lift and move towards it. Now, for some of you as well, what I just heard was, with this Eight of Crystals or Eight of Pentacles, there may be a creative dream or a particular vision that you've been working hard to try and manifest, but you're feeling like it's not getting off the ground, so that you can't move forward with it, as though there's physical blocks or limitations that don't enable you to receive, I want to say, the blessings you deserve for the work you've put in, or the energy that you've nurtured and given to. For many of you, I do feel this is a creative project. It's some sort of, with this Three of Crystals, it's some sort of specific skill. Writing, drawing, photography. I mean, it could be like energy healing. It's something that you love to do. Now we also have Golden Crown. I think Spirit is illuminating to you, number one, not to give up, but to think outside the box. Because I feel for some of you, perhaps if you resonate with the message around you feel blocked, like you can't either go towards this dream, or it's not paying off any action you undertake, it's because there's a different path. There's another way of perceiving of this, or it's almost like the divine is going to flood in ideas that help you, I want to say, number one, liberate yourself in this dream. But also help you see a different opportunity, because I do feel as though the desire itself is 100% in alignment with your soul, and that's why you feel so called towards it. However, either how it's packaged, how you're engaging needs to be shifted. There's some sort of change there. Now, for some of you as well, with the Golden Crown and Awakening, it could be Spirit saying to you also that your vibration needs to shift or raise, so that what you desire can come in. The fruits of your labor and this manifestation can then come towards you. So this is a call to really focus, not to focus on your limitation or what perhaps is stopping you, but focus on your manifestation, your visualization. Use affirmations and meditation to really affirm what you desire and what is coming towards you, rather than focusing on, well, I've put on this work and it hasn't come to be, or how am I ever going to be able to move towards this opportunity, or to make a full-time living from this, whatever it is for you specifically. Now we have Strength and Patience. So again, I feel for some of you, the second explanation may resonate more in terms of you've been working and laboring really hard at something. This could even just be laboring at your spiritual path, and you're wanting to kind of move forward and take these huge leaps, but you felt as though at times it's been stalled, or there've been certain responsibilities that aren't enabling you to step into your power or fully ascend. But look here, I feel like this tiger is stalking its prey. It has its eyes set and locked on something, and that's the message I'm hearing. For some of you, this may be a recent occurrence. For others of you, I feel like you're far into this journey, and that's why it's required this level of patience. But again, I feel as though you know what you want, and Spirit is affirming what you desire, and what you're fixated on or drawn to is 100% in alignment with your purpose, your mission, what's going to come in for you. However, there needs to be an illumination, a removal of certain either energetic blocks or actual blocks in your physical world that is stopping this dream or vision from fully manifesting. And what we see as well is Ishtar's Lion Gate 888. Again, tremendous abundance is going to flood in from this vision and this dream. But what Spirit is saying as well, you're in this energetic gateway, which is the perfect time to shift your energy, to really focus on manifestation. Because I feel for those of you who resonate with things taking some time, it's not fully coming to life in the way you desired, Spirit is saying the time is right now. This is the time where you really need to watch your thoughts, watch your energy, make sure you're in alignment with what you're seeking to bring forth. And we have Awakening and the Page of Wands. So very much something, there's so much passion here. And again, for most of you, I don't feel this is about another person. I think this passion is within your own being for a particular pursuit, skill, dream, vision. Now, again, some of you have had an awakening and it sparked recently, and you're now wanting to move towards this dream or this vision. For others of you, I feel like this fire has been burning for this particular skill and talent and dream you had for quite some time, because we do have the Eight of Crystals. So it's a lot of hard work, a lot of focus. And I think as well, Spirit is saying your determination is going to pay off. Number one, it's a matter of timing, and it's a matter of you being in the energy and vibration of what you're seeking to bring into this world. If your energy isn't at this level, Spirit can't bring forth the results or the manifestation you desire. For some of you, there's still some healing or shifts that need to occur energetically, or a change in perception, a change in your idea of how this is going to come to be, how you should approach it, how you're engaging, that will create this shift and change in energy. Because we do have the Queen of Swords. So again, I feel many of you are working very hard, and you're set on your target, you're set on your vision, your dream, your skill. However, the Queen of Swords can be quite rigid and doesn't always engage the heart, doesn't engage. This is the energy of plowing ahead, really trying to make things happen through grit and determination and power, rather than by magnetism and attraction. And I think Spirit is here saying you can get further if you engage your heart, if you allow your heart to guide as well, if you, I'm hearing almost soften your energy. It's like the Spirit is trying to flood. Oh, do you know the message I just heard? Sorry, I changed of thought. Is what's happening is this fixed energy. Yes, you have your sights set on a beautiful dream, beautiful goal for you, and Spirit is saying it's 100% in alignment, but it's making your energy rigid. And what I just heard is divine can't flow through you. Spirit is having trouble flowing through you and helping to bring it to completion, or to bring it into full manifestation, bring you the full abundance that's wanting to come in. And that's what's happening. So definitely an energy of softening. And what we see here is Temperance, the divine working with and through you to manifest this dream and helping to balance your energies. It's almost like the Queen of Swords is now becoming more of the Queen of Cups energy, the Magician, kind of blending all those qualities together. There's alchemy that needs to happen. There's something out of alignment with your energy and what you desire in terms of vision. And although it may be manifesting for those of you where it resonates in physical blocks, Spirit is saying the core issue is your energy isn't in alignment, but that alignment is coming, and that's what creates this portal, this shift, and this blessing of abundance and transformation. Because again, with Temperance, it's like you're laying down these wands. You're laying down all that effort and that striving forward, a very masculine approach, and softening that. And I feel the divine is really helping you step into this energy, or step into your power, so that you can receive everything you desire. It's the difference between being overly concentrated as well on physical action, how you're engaging in the physical realm, and what you're doing in this energetic spiritual space. You're learning how to magnetize and attract, and the divine is helping you bring this into full manifestation, because it is your destiny, it is your dream, it is your love. And we see starseed here. For some of you, you may identify as a starseed, but there's just this sense, you can see her really focusing on, I want to say, mending or bringing the energies together so that things can align and come into being. Again, meditation, you may be doing or receiving energy work. Anything that shifts the vibration is going to work in your favor and help you step into this new beginning and have things kind of flourish, have this come to life in the way I feel many of you have dreamt, for some of you for quite some time, because we have it beneath the Eight of Crystals. And with this Three of Crystals, again, it's almost like you're going to witness the fullness of this dream coming alive before your eyes. And I do think you will see this as a blessing, but at the same time, it's a well-earned blessing, and you've learned a lot, or you will have learned a lot through this process in terms of the power of the divine to aid you. How much spirit can do when you open your heart and your energy field to the divine. And that's very much what I think the situation is teaching you or moving you towards. And it's almost a sense that there are a lot of blessings coming forward. However, you needed to kind of be in complete alignment in order for this opportunity to come into being. I think Spirit is also saying you are very, very talented at whatever the skill or vision represents for you. You have a lot of innate potential, you are gifted, and it's almost like it validates what you felt. You're going to see firsthand with physical sight exactly what you knew to be true for some of you for quite some time. So that's all I have for you. If this reading resonates, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi, Group 4. So for those of you drawn to these cards, right off the bat, there is a really, really strong spiritual connection through this spread. So we have, starting out, Master number 11, Cosmic Connection and Be Fearless. And what I'm hearing is for some of you, either you've met someone or you are going to meet someone where the energy and the chemistry is off the charts. This is a connection like nothing else you've experienced before. And it may very well trigger a certain level of fear. A fear, or not even fear, what I'm hearing is expectation. And Spirit is saying, when this comes into your life, or if it has already, don't riddle it with expectation. Don't allow the mind to be like, well, is it going to be long lasting? Is it going to manifest the way I desire? For some of you, I feel like the mind is not going to know what to do with this. I also think there's going to be such strong energetic shifts when both of you either come together or have come together. I just see huge, it's almost such, the energy is so powerful that it creates almost shifts in your entire energy system is what I'm hearing. There is going to be alignment, but what I'm hearing is at first, the energies may be quite intense for both of you. And that could be why it triggers fear, or it triggers the mind to kind of want to explain or control it in some sort of way. Riddle it with a formula to try and comprehend what's happening. And Spirit is saying, do not do that. Yes, this is a beautiful divine connection, and you have free will, you have the choice, because we also have choices and new chapter. So for many of you, Spirit is saying, are you going to embrace this connection with open arms and explore it and take that risk, and start potentially a new chapter together based on free will? So there is the potential as well to have a really beautiful new chapter with this individual. I also think this person is going to completely light you up. Now, we have Magnetism of Eros, I can't pronounce that properly, and Tantra. Again, cards of chemistry, sexuality, spiritual union, really intense divine connection. You may consider or meet this person and feel as though they are your twin flame or a very close level soulmate. I feel for many of you as well, right off the bat, it may almost feel like you're inseparable, or it may be so intense and close that you feel like, oh my God, I need space. What's happening? I haven't felt something like this before. Really intense. But I do think at the same time, really beautiful as well. Okay, beautiful. So we have Mandala of the Heart and 7 Blessings of Eve. And I do see snakes often as a sign of sexuality and sexual expression. Now, with Mandala of the Heart, you can see how she's kind of turning her face away and covering her heart space. So for some of you, this fear may be linked to wanting to protect your heart in some capacity. Perhaps you've had soulmate connections that you thought would go the distance or would be long lasting, and then they didn't manifest that way. They didn't manifest in that kind of expression. So then perhaps meeting this individual, or when you do, the intensity makes you feel like, oh no, it's gonna repeat itself, or it's not going to be able to be long term or withstand such intense frequency. But from these cards, I actually think there's a really strong chance that you both can build together and have something long-lasting. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the Magician. So for many of you, perhaps you've been in this energy of starting again, having a new chapter, having a new life. You may have ended a connection or multiple connections. I just feel what Spirit is saying to me as well, you've manifested this divine connection. It's no accident that this individual has either come into your life or will come into your life, because for many of you, I think you set your sights on a new beginning, on manifesting something that was balanced but divine, very much had a spiritual focus in terms of connection and partnership. Perhaps that's been something that you've really longed for, something that is kind of, I'm hearing, magical and illuminating and lights you up, but also stable, can endure and solidify itself. Now, I just saw 444 as I said that, and that for me is a number of stability and foundation. And I think Spirit is really confirming this does have the potential to have a really solid foundation, provided that fear or the mind doesn't try and impede and control the unfolding of this connection and union. I also think through sexuality, it may really amplify the energy within your system or theirs, or there may be a period where you've got to learn to balance that intensity. Now, we also have the Seven of Cups. See, I feel as though for some of you, you may have been trying to manifest a soulmate union, very much a divine partnership, but you kept getting these other cups that, although they may have been soulmates, were more karmic or short-lived, and they never lived up to everything you desired. Perhaps they had some of the qualities, but then other aspects you're like, no, that doesn't really work for me, or that's not really what I want. So you kept kind of, I'm hearing, falling short. But at the same time, you continued to hold that faith, hold that space energetically, and really allow the divine to bring in this connection. I just saw 555 before as well, and what I just heard is they're going to turn your world upside down, but in a good way. But it could very well trigger a little bit of fear for some of you. So you have the Seven of Cups followed by the Eight of Swords. You may have really felt stuck in love, that it wasn't coming through for you, that you couldn't have this type of partnership, that it was like, it's almost like perhaps at one point you consider, is this false hope? I keep kind of getting these swords that aren't working for me and I end up alone. Or I meet someone where it sparks, but then it doesn't pan out, it doesn't eventuate. Now, I have to say this line of cards is out of this world. We have the Four of Wands, the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups. I don't think you could get better cards in terms of a connection. So Four of Wands, this is Spirit saying, yes, this is a divine partner, could be twin flame or close soulmate, depending on what you believe in. But there is this sense of it having stability. It has passion, it has divinity, it has love, but it has stability. There is this potential to really build something long-term or stable together. Now, this person could have Taurus in their chart, or you could, but it doesn't have to be. There's just this sense, again, of grounding, of being, number one, you see, she has this ball in her hand. Spirit is saying you manifested this. This is here for you now, or it's coming up for you. Are you going to have the courage to fully suspend the mind and suspend expectation and enter this connection completely? I think this meeting or this encounter is going to transform both of your lives. And this is a type of connection where you can never go back to who you once were or what you once believed. It's a game changer. And we have the Lovers. Again, you or this person may be quite eccentric. I just get this kind of quirky. You're eccentric and perhaps quirky or alternative, but perfectly complement each other, perfectly mirror each other. And this is also mirroring long-term goals. I feel like part of why there is a potential in this connection to be long-term is you both somewhat want the same things. In the past, you may have met individuals that were more traditional, less perhaps spiritually open. Although there may have been a soul connection, they didn't quite share the same ideas, philosophies, perspective in the world. Whereas with this individual, I think it's very much in alignment. And that's what enables the Ten of Cups. Again, both of you need to make that free will decision to move towards a long-term connection or something that can grow and develop. But again, Spirit is saying there is so much love here, so much potential. I do think this person right off the bat is going to be very attracted to you and express that. I think it's almost, this is a meeting or a connection that almost can't be denied. So it's not that type of interaction where the other person is waiting on you to say how you feel and you're waiting on them and no one comes forward. It's not that dynamic because of the intensity. With this level of connection, chemistry, even love and emotion, they may almost, or both of you may almost feel that love at first sight because of the energy between you that's playing off is so intense that it can't be denied, it can't be ignored. And that, I think also it's going to give you confidence in this potential because this person is so forthcoming. There isn't any kind of falsity or games or illusion. Wow, this is such a beautiful reading. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Group 4. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.